Ageism. Have you heard that word? Age discrimination, I think we're familiar with. That is the focus of Doc Braccio, which, of course, Regional Psychological Services, our pal Dr. John Braccio, every Tuesday joins us to talk a little self-help and different subjects. We've been on ADHD. Let's kind of focus now on ageism. Are you doing this because I'm an older guy now? Is that it, Doc? Good morning.
You are eternally young, Mike. Do not
There
worry.
you go.
But listen, ageism, which results from prejudice and discrimination, is sometimes called a form of discrimination that's not noticed or not believed to be a major problem. Simply defined, it is discriminating against a person due to their age. While ageism discrimination can relate to young and old persons alike, for our purposes today, we'll discuss ageism as it relates to persons from, say, 50 to the end of their lives. It's maybe not surprising that a study found large percentages of people believe they have experienced some form of ageism. It can be as obvious as bluntly telling a fully competent person they're too old to do a job, or children assuming their parents are incapable of making good decisions due to their age, or talking like their children. Ageism can be broken into the following three broad categories: institutional ageism, interpersonal ageism, and internalized ageism. Institutional ageism would include when persons are forced to retire by mandatory retirement rules or not given promotions or educational opportunities due to their age. There also are complaints by patients that their well-meaning doctors make medical decisions based on their age and not on their particular needs at that time. Now, interpersonal ageism is when there are limiting assumptions that if persons are a certain age, they're losing their abilities to think and require support and help, even if they don't need it. The person may find it annoying and even demeaning, but is forced into accepting it. This often occurs when children feel they need to take over financial resources and responsibilities for their parents when they're not needed. This can lead to persons being shamed and really feeling powerless. Now, internalized ageism is when persons themselves begin to believe they're incompetent or incapable of doing things because of their age. They focus on what society says they can and cannot do, internalize this. The sad thing is that research shows when persons have these beliefs, they allow themselves to age more quickly and do not have the health and vitality of persons who do not look at the clock or a calendar and do what they feel they're able to do as long as possible. Now, a study in Germany found in a 15-year study that persons who at 55 believed they were going to have problems as they age did, in fact, have far more problems physically and emotionally than those who did not feel this way when they turn 70. If you believe these things, it was going to have a negative impact on you. And their mortality rate was also higher. Now, my advice is not to look at the calendar and do whatever you feel you can do, okay? I want you to be out there really trying to do things, doing what you can. And don't let others tell you, Mike, what you can or cannot do.
Yeah.
Remember, live whatever time you have left on Earth with gusto. I found that the German study that took place from persons with 55 to 70, that at 55, if you really felt bad things were going to happen and you weren't going to have a good time in life and you were going to age and all these things were going to happen to you, that actually oddly ended up being a self-fulfilling prophecy. And persons, much higher percentage of people that believe that had that happen, and they had even a higher mortality rate than those that were more positive and took a view that they were going to be living life with gusto moving forward. Now, I think it's just very important. When people assume things about you because of your age, that is ageism, and it's something that can be very, very negative, and it's something that we have to take a look at. And even in Western society, it's seen much more that you age, you get your gold watch, and you just ride off into the sunset. And I think, if you get that gold watch, good for you, particularly with the price of gold. I think at this point, you want to live as long as you can. You want to be having, as good a health as you can have, and you want to have a good positive view and not allow ageism to come in and knock you down. But again, it is an issue, and I think we all know people that have been held back and say, well, you're too old for this, or we gave this to a younger person, or we're not hiring anybody 40-year-old or so. And even if it's not necessarily said, you can see by the actions that people take. So I think it is an issue. It's something to think about. And again, if you're a person that is beginning to feel that, well, society's telling me this, and this is the way I ought to look at things, my view is rubbish.
Society doesn't know what it's talking about.
Listen, well,
have you found this though, Doc, in your practice over the many years, and I don't mean that as an ageism way, but have you found that no matter what age, attitude will carry you either really far in the positive, or it can damage you really bad in the negative? Attitude is a lot, isn't it?
It's critical. It's critical in life. It's how you look at life, how you approach life, has everything to do with attitude. Now, we will accept that there are some things happen to people physically that overwhelm them. Let's not deny that. But if we can take as a general rule, people that are relatively healthy, people that have options in life, people that don't make good decisions, that are afraid to make decisions, that sit in the background, that's exactly the kind of life they're going to have. If you want to live in the background, you can. Okay, that's okay. Some people may be happy there. But if you want to be really leading an exciting life and having things that really kind of get the blood moving in a good way, then really you want to have energy, you want to move forward, you want to have a good attitude. Attitude is so critical in life, Mike, in order to succeed. If you have, there's some people, you ask them how they are, and all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, you're sorry. You learn more. You don't even have to call Dr. Google to get medical information. They told you everything that's wrong. So my view is, hey, come on, let's take life. Let's be responsible, but let's enjoy it. Let's go. What are new horizons, new things to look at, and kind of just really enjoy life. I mean, really, and so many people don't. But I do think there are people, they get a certain age and they say, well, it's time for me to quit doing this or quit doing that or whatever it might be. And my view is if you quit something, it's because it's something maybe you can't do at this time. Like I've given up on my NFL career. Okay, I've had to do that.
Oh, that's too bad. You were good too.
Well, but I haven't completely given it up. But let's say I've accepted that probably that's, I did quite grow to 6'6" and 320 to be on an offensive line. Oh, and a couple.
But now
years
you're working on
you
got that whole beach volleyball thing going now, don't you? So that's good.
Listen, why not? I can look at it and enjoy it. How does that sound?
Oh, I thought you were participating. All right. And you know what? Here, pickleball. That seems to be, everybody loves pickleball except me, but that seems to be something that older people have really picked up on. Maybe it doesn't seem like that. Pickleball.
Well, I would agree. See, I think there's things people can do, Mike. And everybody is different. I mean, there are people that are running when they're older. It's a question of realistically looking at yourself and not allowing someone else to do it. Because I do run into persons that have downsized or they've moved into apartments or things, and their children have kind of pushed them into these things. And these are really often people that really still have the energy. They have the money that they could have even had people look after things in their home. I'm not talking about even care, physical care. I'm talking about getting rid of a house they liked or getting rid of a car they liked or whatever it might be, where family members, even well-intentioned, have kind of pushed them into doing things when they really did not want to do it. And somehow afterwards will be saying to me, they'll say, Dr. B, Dr. Braccio, I can't believe I did this. I really don't like this situation where I'm living. I used to have my house and I was even living on the first floor. I didn't even need the second floor. But everybody says, oh, you really don't need that. You really ought to be moving and be realistic. Except you're getting older. You got to accept this. And often these are persons not even that old. But on the other hand, Mike, there are a lot of people out there, even in their 90s, that are still doing things and enjoying life.
Hey, there was a guy, 85. What did I read a story? 85-year-old the other day. Now, everybody can't do it, but he did it like a jogging thing or something.
But if you can do it, do it. How does that sound?
There you go. All right. Dr. John Braccio, Regional Psychological Services. Ageism. Yeah, don't let anybody tell you. Doc, I appreciate it. This one hit home, man, for me. We're going to cut you loose, and we'll talk again next week. Thanks, buddy.
Bye-bye.
See ya. 1320 WILS, Mike Austin with your Morning Wake Up.